Now on CoastTV News.
Winding down after a night of winds reminiscent of a tropical storm. We assess the rain total and progress made in dealing with the power outages. Deficit dilemma, the financial hole facing Maryland lawmakers, and where the state's governor is proposing cuts.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. We are attempting to dry out this late Wednesday morning. Hey, there's the sun. We get a live look into Lewis. Our First Alert meteorologist, Bob Try, he joins us now with a look at First Alert weather on what is now a sunny Wednesday, Bob.
Wow, what a crazy turn of events, Matt. Good morning. Great to see the sunshine. The big storm is now gone, but we're feeling the after effects with numerous watches and warnings. We have a flood warning. This is basically for streams and rivers that are beginning to rise, kind of a delay after all the rain, and still a lot of those ditches that are full. Some of those ditches are flooding onto roads. So from Georgetown to Seaford and Laurel, you have a flood warning until 3:45. Wind advisory for Sussex County until 6. We'll see wind gusts over 40. A coastal flood advisory for another hour or so. Maybe some inundation along the coast, as we have a gale warning into this evening, a high surf advisory for Worcester County until 7, and a coastal flood warning for parts of Maryland. So a lot of after effects going on. Now we're seeing the sunshine, visible satellite picture. We're done with the storm. The storm is now winding up and moving to the north, but it still has a lot of wind with it, and temperatures are in the 40s and low 50s right now. We're seeing those winds around 15 to 20 miles per hour, but gusting over 20, close to 30 in a lot of places. And we'll be seeing those winds gusting up to maybe 35, 40 miles per hour as we go into the afternoon, highs around 50, and then cooling off as we go into this evening, and the winds start to decrease. We get a little break tomorrow, and then more rain and wind heading into the weekend. Details on that coming up.
Well, here is what it sounded like and looked like Tuesday night on the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach. That wind blowing on the dunes while rain was hitting the beaches and boardwalk. And here are some effects of all that rain that we had. This morning in Milton, this Honda CR-V was found stuck in a large pool of water. This was Route 5, just outside of town, and then this tow truck crew that we're going to show you worked to get that Honda out of the water. Now, Delaware State Police telling CoastTV News that earlier in the morning, a tow truck driver was injured attempting to get the Honda out of the water. Then they had to go back and do this. No injuries reported for the 31-year-old Felton man who was driving the Honda. Now, throughout the morning, we've been tracking the progress being made on power outages resulting from this storm. So 30 minutes ago, 71 outages still being reported in Fruitland, but that is down from over 300 that we saw 6 hours ago. Over 120 being reported north of Millsboro, 88 south of Milton. And again, with all these, no estimation on when power will be restored. That has not been given yet. Flood watch, high wind warning, and high surf advisory currently in effect for Ocean City until later today. The town is urging people to be careful of power outages, downed trees, and debris. Along with high waves up to 20 feet, it could cause dangerous surf conditions and beach erosion. Officials say high surf advisory possibly lasting until 7 p.m. tonight. Well, happening now, the Maryland General Assembly opening its annual 90-day legislative session. Budget issues expected to be a focus there in Annapolis. Maryland is facing a projected deficit of $761 million heading into the next fiscal year. Deficit, it is expected to go up to over $2 billion in 5 years. It's largely due to rising costs of a kindergarten through 12th grade funding reform law. Deficit has Governor Wes Moore proposing over $3 billion in cuts to the state's 6-year transportation spending plan. With just 5 days to go until the Iowa caucuses, Republican candidates are making their closing arguments to voters in the Hawkeye State, and NBC's Bree Jackson shows us that this is happening as the GOP frontrunner Donald Trump is back on the trail today after making his case in federal court in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday.
Less than a week before the first major test of presidential candidates' electability, the GOP frontrunner, former President Trump's, focus was on convincing a federal court of appeals that he has absolute immunity from prosecution for charges related to efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
It's the opening of a Pandora's box, and that's a very sad thing that's happened with this whole situation.
The three-judge panel appeared skeptical, questioning the scope of the immunity claim.
Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
If he were impeached and convicted first.
So your answer is no.
My answer is qualified yes.
Mr. Trump's legal team contends that a president must be impeached and convicted by the Senate before they can be prosecuted. Trump was impeached but acquitted by the upper chamber during his 2021 impeachment trial. The Justice Department argues nothing in the Constitution shields him.
The president has a unique constitutional role, but he is not above the law.
With the 2024 presidential race heating up, the cold weather in Iowa has Trump's Republican rivals reaching out to voters any way they can.
If you all come out on January 15th, and I'm told it's going to be a very cold day.
Why in October, November, and December, when I was like, it's cold. And they were like, no, this is mild. I get it now.
I think our voters are the type that are going to come out. They vote.
Iowa voters will have their say on January 15th. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And the election season is ramping up in Delaware. And next week, each night on CoastTV News at 6, Decision 2024 Preview Week, we'll look at 3 of the key races in the state. And I also will have some of my conversation with retiring Senator Tom Carper. It starts Monday, January 15th. Well, coming up, flood fixation, the work being done to deal with flooding in a traditional trouble spot during heavy rain. CoastTV Midday returns after this.
Open 6 days a week with convenient hours. Call and schedule your appointment today.
Simplify your kitchen with a pull-out trash can, organized spice rack, or sliding shelves.
At Paul Davis, we designed your kitchen to work with your life.
And Paul Davis won't tear out your kitchen, so you don't have to worry about months of disruption. And you'll save money.
Instead, let us reface your kitchen cabinets in the latest style and color in just 3 days.
Right now, Paul Davis is offering free installation with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Call Paul Davis for a free estimate.
We'll come see you as soon as tomorrow or visit our new showroom in Salisbury.
Think you're ready to take the wheel?
Well, hang on. Grandma wants to say something.
Let's solve the puzzle. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, that's it. Never interrupt Grandma in the middle of a solve.
Wednesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Which of them is about to become a Jeopardy champion for the first time?
On Second Chance.
The day you were trying out, your wife was giving birth.
No more children since then.
You didn't want to try it again for your second appearance?
Not worth the risk.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, February 8th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which include a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet former Orioles pitcher Ben McDonald. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
Are leaves and debris causing issues with your gutter? No need to risk climbing a shaky ladder ever again. We have the permanent solution. Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice in gutter protection for over 40 years. Engineered to manage the heaviest of rainfalls, letting water flow freely. And the best part, never clean your gutters again, guaranteed. The lifetime warranty is transferable, so you can rest assured that you'll never have to replace your Gutter Helmet system. And right now, save 20% on your new gutters and Gutter Helmet. Call Gutter Helmet today for your free estimate.
Flooding, especially on evenings like Tuesday night, an ongoing problem in certain areas of Delmarva. In Long Neck, a project is underway to help mitigate that. Construction is ongoing at the site of one of the largest stormwater and drainage projects in Sussex County history. The project, which is happening at the Inland Bays Regional Wastewater Treatment Plant on Cannon Road, this is near Long Neck, has a goal to prevent flooding along Cannon Road and in the county spray irrigation fields.
Currently, we're overtopping the road during any 10-year storm. After the project is completed, the road will not be overtopped, Cannon Road, that is, in a 100-year storm. So That's a significant improvement for the public.
And the drainage improvement project on Cannon Road is expected to be completed by the spring of 2024. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll, which is weather related. No, it's not specifically on the weather that we just had overnight. We want to know what are your winter weather predictions. So let's take a look at the updated results. And so far, majority of you are predicting a mild winter, while 25% are predicting frequent storms. Speaking of frequent storms, we've had a couple of those, Bob.
We have, and I don't know about mild conditions into next week. Maybe some snow as well. Right now, look at this. Whoa, blue skies on the Orsted cam. Big improvement from the storm that we've been dealing with. It's breezy out there right now as that big storm is moving away. We're still dealing with the wind today and some other after effects. We get a break Thursday with another storm on tap later Friday into Saturday, with more rain and wind in store at that time. I'll track it on Futurecast and have last night's rain totals and peak wind gusts after the break.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
30 years ago, a historic ice storm knocked out power for 10 days. Trees fell across power lines and ice snapped utility poles. Our Delaware Electric Cooperative team worked around the clock to help those we serve. 3 decades later, we've applied the lessons we learned during the storm to make our grid stronger. Through the dedication of our employees, Co-op Power has never been more reliable. And while the weather is unpredictable, DEC's commitment to doing what's best for our members will never change.
Life isn't always easy. Sometimes we need a little bit of help to work through life's more challenging problems. At Addiction Medical Facility, we are here for you, believing in your strengths to overcome any obstacle. Whether it's addiction to substance use disorders or mental health issues, there's hope for a better tomorrow. Together, we can tackle what is holding you back. Our medication-assisted treatment combines FDA-approved medication with counseling, offering a holistic approach tailored to your needs. Addiction Medical Facility. Together, we find hope and healing.
As the 2024 election year draws near, Coast TV presents a week of critical political interviews. During Coast TV News at 6 on Monday, dive into the Delaware governor race. Tuesday features a special conversation with Senator Carper about his journey and today's political landscape. And Wednesday shifts to the Delaware House race. Then Thursday, the Delaware Senate. Stay informed. Stay ahead. Decision 2024. Preview week. Every night on Coast TV News at 6, starting Monday. Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Watch the Salisbury Stakes, Maryland's new minor league soccer team, exclusively on the Delmarva Sports Network. From every shot to every goal, the Salisbury Stakes on DSN. Local teams, big dreams.
A dramatic turn of events in our weather. Just about 3 hours ago, we had the clouds and kind of that last gasp of the storm with the rain moving through. Now it's lots of blue skies, a few cumulus clouds. The winds are ramping up again. Here's ocean view on our gutter helmet cam right now. 52 and breezy. And I do want to stress we're still in a first alert weather day because we're feeling the after effects. We still have some warnings and advisories. I'll get to those in a second. But look at these rainfall amounts. Over 3 inches in Prime Hook, 3.27, just over 3 in Lewis. Georgetown, a little bit below 3 inches. Dagsboro, 2.79, and just a little lower than that, Slaughter Beach and Rehoboth. So that's from last night's rain and this morning's rain as well. And these winds were amazing. What you don't see here is Salisbury. They had a wind gust to 70 with Georgetown 58, Lewis 57, Dewey Beach 56, Dagsboro had a peak gust of 53, Prime Hook 51, and Bethany Beach at 48. Now let's go through the warnings again. There is a flood warning for a portion of Sussex County, Laurel, Seaford up to Georgetown. Some of these creeks are coming out of their banks. A little bit of a delayed reaction after the rain. We saw a lot of ditches that are full and also flooding onto roads. So still some wet roads and debris out there. So this flood warning goes until 3:45. The rest of Sussex County under a wind advisory until 6. Could see gusts close to 40 later on. And a coastal flood advisory for Sussex County for the next 45 minutes or so. Watch for some inundation there, especially during high tide. Gale warning till 7. High surf advisory for Worcester County until this evening. And a coastal flood warning for portions of Maryland, kind of facing the Chesapeake Bay. So still a lot going on with the storm gone. But upper 40s and lower 50s right now. Temperatures pretty much remaining steady with a westerly wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour, but gusting over 38 miles per hour in Salisbury, close to 40, 37 down in Ocean City. Not as strong in Delaware, but still gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour. We'll see those gusty winds into the afternoon hours by 3 o'clock. 40s to around 50, lots of blue skies, but it will be breezy, and then still breezy this evening. That means chilly. Still a bit of a wind overnight, midnight, mid-30s, and then low 30s tomorrow morning. So any residual water will freeze. And Thursday is a good-looking day. It looks like we top out near 40 with sunshine, but breezy this afternoon. Winds 30, 35, maybe 40 miles per hour, but they do start to quiet down as we go into the overnight. And the waves also quiet down around 4 to 8 feet as we go into this afternoon, but things will start to quiet down as we go through the overnight into Thursday. We get a break tomorrow, and then the rain returns again on Friday. Later Friday night into early Saturday, it's rain, about an inch of rain and maybe strong winds. So we might have to put up another first alert weather day as we head into the upcoming weekend. Your forecast, 50 this afternoon, mostly sunny, windy and cool. 31 tonight, mostly clear and cold. And then Thursday, 51, mostly sunny and chilly. And then much of Friday is dry, but then we'll see the rain building in later on in the day, 52. It gets heavy Friday night, kind of deja vu with wind on Saturday, 55. Then colder after that, dry Sunday, rain Monday, and maybe cold enough for some snow. Right now going rain and snow on Tuesday and 39.
Hey Delmarva, here's what's happening today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
We are catching up with Delmarva's local and extremely talented band, the Fitzky Brothers.
And we have one of your favorite coastal pets coming in. We're catching up with OC Buddy and Delmarvelous Dawn.
And we're seeing what's cooking at Bayside Skillet in Ocean City.
All of that and more happening today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
In 2 days, they did this work, which was fantastic. Put in a brand new grab bars, a docking station, and a bench to my height. I think Coastal Bath is an oh my gosh and a wow. They do an awesome job.
It's our annual New Year savings. Take $2,024 off your new bathroom project and no payments and no interest until 2025. Local and family owned. Call Coastal Bath today.
You hear of more and more families choosing cremation, but you probably still have questions. The Holloway family has been helping local families understand and navigate the options for 140 years. We recognized the importance of having Delmarva's first on-site crematory. Whether you choose a celebration of life with cremation, a witnessed cremation, or cremation without a ceremony, everyone is treated with dignity and respect. That's the difference family makes. Holloway Funeral Home in Salisbury and Pocomoke.
Villa Sorrento invites you and your family to join us for some of Delmarva's best authentic Italian cuisine. Experience the aroma of warm bread served at your table in a cozy atmosphere. Try seafood pescatore or pasta with grandma's gravy. Our New York-style pizza and strombolis are a local's favorite. Top it off with cocktails, wine, and dessert. So for great food, good wine, great friends, good times, Villa Sorrento. That's amore. That's a nice.
On the next Tamron Hall, introvert, extrovert, 50 friends or 5. We all know the feeling of being lonely. In fact, loneliness has become such a big health crisis that the Surgeon General is joining the TAM fam to talk about it. And meet one woman who says the loneliness in her life hit when she was in her 20s, and it was like a ton of bricks. And find out where you fall on the loneliness scale. We're going to dig into it next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on CoastTV.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Congress is proposing $7 billion in additional taxpayer money to extend an internet discount program for low-income households. The Affordable Connectivity Program is set to run out of money by the end of April, and that would mean price hikes for the tens of millions of people who benefit from the program. Don't forget to tune in to Coast TV this weekend for 2 wildcard football games. On Saturday, you can watch the Cleveland Browns go up against the Houston Texans. That game, the coverage of that game actually starts at 3 p.m., and then on Sunday, the Rams will play the Detroit Lions. Coverage there starts at 7:30. Also, a quick note as we are talking about the NFL playoffs. This Saturday, as you saw, you can watch the Texans and the Cleveland Browns here on Coast TV. However, the late game on Saturday, Chiefs-Dolphins at 8, that will only be on Peacock. So we want to make clear, that was NBC's decision. It wasn't Coast TV's. It wasn't Draper Media's. So if you want to watch that game on Saturday, the Chiefs-Dolphins game, you'll have to pay for it on Peacock. There's no free way to watch it. Again, this was not our call. We do hope you will join us for the early game and, of course, your hyper-local Coast TV news at 11. Still ahead, blood supply shortage, the emergency now facing the U.S. while dealing with winter viruses. Stay with us on Coast TV News Midday.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
It's Ocean Downs Friends with Benefits. You in time to grab cash and 4 friends score matching free play. Plus, 1 finalist wins $5,000 cash and up to 4 friends each win $500 free play. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Bay to Beach Builders is celebrating 20 years of helping families on Delmarva turn their dreams into reality. As one of the highest-rated home builders in the nation, we pride ourselves on offering the best home building experience. Choose from our award-winning home designs, or we can customize a plan that's tailored to your lifestyle. With Amish-built homes starting in the low 200s, we have a home for every stage of life and every budget. Start your journey by visiting one of our 2 convenient locations, or learn more at baytobeachbuilders.com.
Think you're ready to take the wheel? Well, hang on. Grandma wants to say something.
Let's solve the puzzle. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, that's it. Never interrupt Grandma in the middle of a solve.
Wednesday at 7 on Coast TV.
Which of them is about to become a Jeopardy champion for the first time?
On Second Chance.
The day you were trying out, your wife was giving birth.
No more children since then.
You didn't want to try it again for your second appearance?
Not worth the risk.
Wednesday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country in war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? Get took for all this damage to his
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
This is jiu-jitsu, everybody.
Jerry O'Connell does his best.
Wednesday at 2 on Coast TV.
The American Red Cross, that supplies about 40% of the nation's blood, has declared an emergency shortage in supplies. Mandy Gaither shows us where we stand and how you can help.
A state of emergency. The American Red Cross says blood supplies are critically low across the U.S.
We don't particularly like declaring emergencies. We're only doing it because the need is that great.
The organization's medical director says an additional 8,000 blood donations are needed each week in January to keep up with hospital demand.
Without an increase in blood donation over the next couple of weeks, there won't be enough blood in hospital blood banks in order to allow doctors to respond to emergencies.
Low blood supplies impact surgeries and people with chronic diseases like sickle cell and cancer who require blood and platelet transfusions. The Red Cross says the number of people donating blood in the U.S. has fallen by about 40% over the last 2 decades. And winter weather and respiratory viruses could impact donor turnout in the weeks ahead, making the current shortage even worse. While all blood types are urgently needed, the Red Cross says they're especially in need of platelets and blood from Group O donors.
There's no way to get blood from anywhere besides a donor's arm, and that blood that you donate could be used to save the life of somebody who's been in a car accident. It could be used to help save a newborn baby, or it could be used to help get a cancer patient through their treatment.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
We're seeing a lot of blue skies on our camera in Laurel, even some flooded fields, the after effects of the big storm. But we get a break from the rough weather for a little bit with the next rainy and windy system slated for later Friday into Saturday. Another storm early next week could bring us rain, possibly some snow to Delmarva, followed by the coldest air of the season. I'll have the 10-day forecast coming up. Stay tuned.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865, or go to getbullseyepro.com.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next, or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
Think you're ready to take the wheel? Well, hang on. Grandma wants to say something.
Let's solve the puzzle. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, that's it. Never interrupt Grandma in the middle of a solve.
Wednesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Which of them is about to become a Jeopardy champion for the first time?
On Second Chance.
The day you were trying out, your wife was giving birth.
No more children since then.
You didn't want to try it again for your second appearance?
Not worth the risk.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
On the next Tamron Hall, introvert, extrovert, 50 friends or 5. We all know the feeling of being lonely. In fact, loneliness has become such a big health crisis that the Surgeon General is joining the TAM fam to talk about it. And meet one woman who says the loneliness in her life hit when she was in her 20s, and it was like a ton of bricks. And find out where you fall on the loneliness scale. We're going to dig into it next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on CoastTV.
We're seeing a lot of sunshine, but don't let your guard down. Still some residual effects from the storm with water on roads and some debris. It will be windy this afternoon. Temperatures near 50 degrees. Those winds subside tonight. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We get a break Thursday, 51, 52 Friday. Rain builds in. It gets heavy at night. Windy Saturday, turning colder next week. And it's looking like rain on Monday and possibly rain and snow Tuesday. And really cold after that. Highs in the 30s, as cold as 19 by Thursday morning. Get ready for that.
Thanks, Bob, and thank you for being here with us on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Don't forget to join us later for Coast TV News at 5. But until then, have a great Wednesday, everybody.